Hello and welcome to the Owl and the motorbike channel of nonsense. Tim really rides motorbikes. How are you doing? It's Sunday, it's midday. I'm just going to go for a bit of a ride to talk about some stuff, really. A bit of an old-fashioned vlog. So yeah, join me for a little chat of, well, nonsense and stuff I want to talk about, because let's start with the fact that if YouTube had scratch and sniff, you'd be able to smell that my helmet is very, very sweaty, because last Monday, about a week ago, I did something that I've not done in 13 years. I did a track day in the UK. I was invited by Ducati UK and Pirelli to go to Donington Park to go and do some laps. And yeah, last time I did a track day in the UK properly, like a public one, was 2009 on my street triple, just after I'd passed my test, which was a bit like trying to climb the Eiger when you've just learnt to walk. I didn't enjoy it a huge amount because I was just nervous and I wasn't really used to riding a motorbike on the road, let alone on a track. So, you know, I mean, it still feels like I'm out of my comfort zone. When I go on tracks on motorbikes, it feels a little bit like putting a badger at the controls of a Cromwell tank, and he just wouldn't know what to do, would he, little badger? And he wouldn't know whether it's the best armoured vehicle of World War II or not. Arguably, I think it wasn't. So yeah, I've done two videos that are coming up, and I kind of want to talk about them before I put them up, because I'm not massively happy with either of them, because I'm a novice on track, and kind of a lot of the video is track riding footage of me riding, and it looks really slow, really boring, really undramatic. And when you're used to people like Al Fagan and Baron von Grumble doing track stuff quickly, I just look like I'm not even trying, but believe me, I was. So I'll probably have to do some voiceover to explain that. So I did a video comparing various Ducatis on track as a novice, so in the context of, you know, would a novice feel happier on a Panigale V4 or a Panigale V2 or a Super Sport? So yeah, we can talk about that. And I've also done one on my skills on track, trying to be a better track rider, and I enlisted the help of Adam Child to do that. So it was me and him standing around sweating a lot, mostly me sweating because he's quite fit, talking about what I'm doing wrong, my head position, my body position, all that kind of stuff that I just don't really think about when I'm riding my KTM on the road, because I just sit here like a sack of spuds and go bop, bop. And I forgot how knackering track riding was. I probably didn't mention this in the video, I won't mention this in the video, but I think I drank 14 bottles of water that day. It was 39 degrees Celsius. I was in my cow suit and I didn't do a wee all day. It was awful. And then I started getting cramps because I guess I'd diluted all the salt in my body, and I can tell from my riding in the later sessions, although I'd got better, I got worse again as I got tired. So the footage isn't very dramatic, the video's not going to do very well, because I don't think people care about track footage necessarily. And yeah, I don't know, I'm not backing myself much at the moment on YouTube. Everything I do at the moment that I care about doesn't seem to do very well. I don't know if it's the algorithm or just the fact that I'm putting out the wrong sort of content. I love doing these vlogs and they always do better than I expect, considering the effort I put into them, which is literally me going for a ride like now. But I did that Polaris thing the other day, and I ummed and ahed whether to put that on my car channel given its four wheels, or on my motorbike channel. And I put it on my motorbike channel because I figured you guys might be a bit more interested than the people who watch my Kia Sportage and Nissan Qashqai reviews, but turns out I was wrong. But again, that was something I was quite proud of, so do go and watch that if you've not watched it yet, because it's just me giggling for 2 hours, drifting around, getting muddy, and absolutely rinsing these 180 horsepower UTVs, like side-by-side things, through rivers and drifting, just constant drifting. I'm not great at drifting cars on tarmac. I can probably do it okay-ish, but I'm not natural. On mud though, and those things, I think Barry White could drift those, and isn't he dead? I was really proud of that video, and literally, well, almost literally no one watched it. So yeah, it's cool. If you like dirt bikes, you'll love this. I mean, even if you don't like dirt bikes, you will love those things. They were just silly, and you put them in rear wheel drive mode and just skid them about all day. But yeah, like YouTube at the moment is not going great for lots of people that I've spoken to, really. Unless you're putting out videos almost daily, kind of might as well not bother. Which is a sad state of affairs. My car channel, I've not put a video out for a while. That is doing a lot worse than the bike channel, and it used to be the other way around. So I'm kind of tempted to sack off the car channel because I don't have much time to do it anymore. And doing YouTube stuff for Motorpoint as well, which is also not doing very well. So yeah, YouTube land at the moment feels a bit, I don't know, I'm not being incentivized by the algorithm to create content and put it out unless I do something shocking, like, I don't know, ride through security at Heathrow on top of an armoured polar bear with an M250 cal machine gun on its back. I feel like I'm not going to get the views. And I said in the last vlog, I don't really do this with reviews, but it's nice when you put some effort into something, and when you've been invited to go and do something like that Polaris thing, it's not an honour, but there's an expectation that you'll get some views, and I haven't done, and that annoys me because I'm a professional journalist and I like to try to give some coverage and guarantee coverage, and at the moment I just can't because YouTube hates me. But anyway, I don't really want to come here and whinge because things are pretty good. It's sunny, I'm on a motorbike, and a lot of you told me the bikes that you've bought for summer, and I have to say I'm envious because new motorbikes are always fun. It doesn't really matter what it is, does it? And I'm actually on my way now to go and do a bit of summer shopping and go and buy one of my favourite drinks. I've got a bit of a thing for this, where am I going? I'm going up here. ABS. I've got a bit of a thing for a light shandy imported from Austria. So it's by Stiegl, which is a brewery in Salzburg, and they make a Radler. A Radler is a German word for shandy. It comes from the word for bicycle, Radfahren, and it's designed to be a refreshing, very lightly alcoholic, beery drink with a fruity flavour to have while you're cycling. And they do a grapefruit one, and I realise this sounds like, you know, I'm not some butch manly person drinking my grapefruit Radler. I'm not. But I do like the drink. It's the most refreshing thing, and it's like 2% as well, so you can have a few of them. It goes down like you're drinking squash. However, it's quite hard to get hold of. I used to buy it online, but it gets quite expensive when you're paying delivery and everything else. And the people that make it, or import it to the UK, is a company called Euroboozer, not Boobzer, which is one of the best named companies, I think, in the country. I follow them on Twitter. I basically stalk them whenever they talk about the stuff. They put up a public list of every Sainsbury's store in the UK that stocks this stuff. It's a nice massive house. So I'm going to one of them now in Godalming. I'm going a slightly roundabout way. Bloody hell, the size of that house. I've never been down here. I want to live here. So yeah, I'm going to go buy me some Radler. It's grapefruit, light beery thing. It's very refreshing. It's very summery. And also, it's made in Austria, like my motorbike, and it's got an orange can as well. So one of my ideas at some point was to ride this to their brewery to get some, to do a day trip to Salzburg, see if I can do it in a day. But I don't think it'd make very good content because it'll be me sitting there going, oh, my bum hurts, my bum hurts. I think I want to go right. I think I might be completely lost, to be honest. Right, you can let me go. Thank you. Sorry, I'm not very good with the old clutch at the minute. So anyway, that's my mission for today. And yeah, so what have I done? I've whinged about YouTube, I told you about Ducati Trackday, I've made my excuses for being very slow. Did get both my knees down, which was nice, it's always satisfying. And I also overtook someone round a hairpin with my knee down, round the outside of them in the novice group. And I felt like a bit of a god, but as you'll see, my mission in one of the videos is to get out of novices, because I always put myself in novices, because I'm not very good. And yeah, by about halfway through the day, Chad, my instructor, was like, yeah, you should be in inters. So that was a success. and that made me happy. And the next track day I do, I'll force myself to go into winters and I'll get pulled along, because as you'll see in the video, I was just kind of getting held up after a while, and I don't want to sound like a knob because there were people there clean have been on track before, and I was on a Panigale V4, so yeah. I probably did look like a massive knob, but it was great fun. And Chad, Adam Child, the guy's looking after me, he was on his one of these. He was on his 1290 Super Adventure S, because he's got one on loan from KTM, because he's a proper journalist, doesn't have to pay for things like I do. And he put some different tyres on it, and he did quite a few sessions on his. And I'm not going to spoil his findings because he's running that bike for a magazine called Motorcycle Sport and Leisure. So go and buy that in a few months and he'll write about it, or follow him on social media. He'll probably talk about how the KTM fared on track. And Al Fagan from 44 Teeth did a track test of one of these a couple of months ago, and he had fun on it. Chad did have some fun, I think, but I was quite happy to be on a Panigale V4. Yeah. But yeah, I'm starting to think I should be saying no to more stuff that I'm invited on, because I just feel like I can't guarantee the views. So yeah, I want to do some more off-roading stuff. I'm working on that, doing some KTM sort of off-roady thing. And then I've got a few more green laning bikes, very affordable green laning bikes coming. Well, I've got one. Yeah, and hopefully actually the Desert X from Ducati. I know I said I'm late to the party on that, but I've seen it and I want to have a go. But apparently quite a few journalists are dropping them because they're taking them up gravel tracks expecting to be a Dakar hero out the crate, and they're not. But yeah, that's kind of pretty much all that's going on really. Just being a bit down on YouTube. It's pretty relentless. If you get invested in the comments like I do as well, it's sometimes a bit grisly. And I've got that thing where I get emailed every comment and I get a notification. I should really turn that off because it's a bit depressing. Usually it's a nice comment. If I've just put the video up, it's you guys, the subscribers, being nice and friendly. If it's a video I put up a couple of months ago, it's often an angry person who has bought the bike and disagrees with me on it, in usually quite a rude way. I just had a guy on my Suzuki GSSX 1000 GT review say, "Oh, it's another tool person whinging about the screen. Don't you know there's an aftermarket one available?" I'm like, well, yeah, you don't buy a bike with an aftermarket screen, so I'm telling you what I'm finding. And you can tell he was just one of those people that owns the bike in question that you're riding and doesn't like your reaction to it, which is, you know, fair enough, but it does annoy me and bum me out a bit. And then you get the usual idiots of like, oh, you're just trying to sound like Clarkson, blah blah blah. I'm not trying to sound like Clarkson, I guess do a bit. Like James May and Jeremy Clarkson had a love child, I heard someone say that. I know that's fair enough, but this is just how I talk, pretty much. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go through a town and I'll see you on the other side. Right, there's another video where I packed my top box at the supermarket. I've come on an orange bike to an orange supermarket, not to buy bread, but to buy some orange Radler as an orange theme. I love this stuff. However, I've had to buy some orange crisps as well to complete the theme, and also to try and stop it rattling around the top box, because I went for a ride the other day with a metal water bottle in here and I smashed it. Smashed it by accelerating too much, so I've nicked a bit of a packaging from a Mexican tequila flavoured beer. Other beers are available. What do I want to do with this to stop them rattling about and get them packed in nice and tight? Knick-knacks there, tactical knick-knack, flange goes. Something like that, doesn't it? There's only so much that I can do. They're not going anywhere, he says. Anyway, let's go and get some petrol. It's £1 million per litre. Oh yeah, you might notice I've got a little, what am I doing? You might notice I've got this little Puig spoiler thing. Someone told me that's upside down. What do we reckon? Do you reckon it needs to have the wide bit at the top and the narrow bit at the bottom? The writing is the right way up. Anyway, someone on the internet, a YouTube specialist, told me it's the wrong way, but I don't know. Anyway, petrol. Right, let's get these babies home. It's actually quite refreshing having to ride smoothly and not like a complete pilchard, because I didn't want to spill my delicious Austrian grapefruit beer juice everywhere. One thing I keep forgetting to talk about is there is a problem with my KTM and I want to get it fixed. I keep meaning to get it looked at, but I just haven't got around to booking it in. And I think I mentioned it when I did that KTM versus Stripe Tiger 1200 review thing, which did really well. I should do more bike comparisons. And that's that the headstock bearings on this, I think, are loose. I've seen a few reports of people in good old internet land saying that they've bought one of these and then found that it never got the headstock bearings properly tightened at PDI and they can be loose. And this does sort of, ooh, Aston TBX, and this does manifest itself in quite an entertaining way, and that's above, let's say 85 on a racetrack. When you're pushing on, it gets super wobbly on the bars. Some days it's okay into, say, triple figures on a racetrack. Some days you just kind of are all over the place and it feels sketchy AF. So I just want to take it to a KTM dealer and get them looked at, because I don't think it's meant to do that. I know these can be flighty, but it's ridiculously flighty. So yeah, headstock bearings need tightening, probably. And I was chatting to Chad. Oh, he was up my bum through loads of 30 limits, and he was so close to me, I really did 30. So yeah, Chad had that problem on his long-term one, so off to KTM we go in a few weeks, and I'll do some clickbait video like, did I buy a lemon? OMG, KTM worst bike ever. It's not, it's the best bike ever. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now. I'm going to ride very gently home to deliver the Stiegel Radler to my mouth. So thank you for watching. If it has been entertaining, helpful, or just, you know, it's past the time of day, do hit like, it really helps me out. Also subscribe to the channel if you don't, because there's more blogs coming soon, more motorbike reviews, my Trackday stuff coming up, newbies tips, there's me riding a Panigale V4 at Donington Park, and coming to a slightly dubious conclusion about what the best Ducati for novice riders is. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you very soon. Oh yeah, and go and watch the Polaris video of me giggling. Like it and share it, because that really bombed. Bye guys. Guys, I can't believe I said guys. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, pronouns.